How are you all today? This is Nicole with Healing on the Mat. Thank you for being here. If you are new or if you've been with me, thank you. If you like what you see, please like, share, subscribe, and follow. I did not get the meditation part for the heart chakra out yesterday, but I did get the lesson. So if you didn't get to watch that, please go back. Remember that the heart chakra is all about love. It is about truly understanding what love is, understanding how to give love so that you know how to receive love, but more importantly, knowing how to love yourself so that you know how to love the outside world, and knowing that your spiritual walk and whatever this higher connection that we connect to, as I always say, I call him Jesus, but whatever you call him, I respect it. I acknowledge it, and I am grateful that you are searching for something more. And that is a personal journey that you have to hone in on. And you have chakras are energy centers in your body. They're energy centers, and the spine is included, but not quite a part of it. It's connected to it, but they're literally just parts of your body that hold strong sources of energy that can lead to sickness when not balanced, that could lead to insecurities then when they're not balanced, that could lead to disruption in the communication between the vagus nerve, and therefore affects your thoughts and how you move and how you function throughout life. So when you look at the heart chakra, yes, the heart is over here. The chakra itself is always going to be in the center of the body, which is where the spine comes into play, because it's upright posture, it's moving up, and the better that it's open and alive and alert, then the more clarity we have, the more direction we have, the more we're living in our purpose, the more we're helping to bridge the spiritual gaps that are taking place here on earth. And when I originally sat down to do my 20-minute meditation, I realized, I told you all in some of the other ones, you want to make sure that your spine is elongated. So even if that means that your grounding is kind of compromised, you want to still keep the length in your spine. And when I got ready to do this, I felt like there's a nerve that's running from my heart all the way back down, which means I am transparent. I still have work to do. I'm not in this first 10 minutes. You will stay for 20. This is kind of for my beginners, or maybe you want to even test it out in this way. Sometimes we're always taught to sit upright. Well, you do want to sit upright, but in some meditations you can slump over. That's going to make sure that spine elongates even more. And when I got ready to slump over, that's where I could feel the nerve kind of running with some angst. I truly believe that's generational issues, but that's what you're meditating for. That's what you're listening to, your own body, your own hiccups, your own areas of blockage. And even if it's not mentally, you still have blockages in your body. As we age, it just happens. So as you breathe here, I want you to pay attention to where that breath is traveling, where it's going to, and where you might receive blockages. And at the end of 10 minutes, I am going to just leave you be so that you can continue your practice on your own. But I am going to come back with a part 2 where we sit in fish pose, and that may be for a more advanced or intermediate yogi. Yes, but we're going to do 10 minutes in that pose as well. So if you want to take your 20 minutes to try both, maybe after you get through this 10 minutes, you've opened up enough that you can do fish pose. But there are blocks and adjustments that you can make in fish pose if you want to give it a try. And I'll show you how to do that in part 2. But remember, if you stay here, then you are going to do it for 20 minutes on your own outside of me. But I am just here as a guide to give you example, to give you hope, to give you joy along the way, and a little bit of encouragement as we get into today's meditation for the heart. Again, I'm going to put the work on you. You come up with your own, but I am love, give love. I am open to receive love. I understand the concept of love. I understand the challenges of love. All of these things are things that you can speak to yourself when it comes to the heart chakra. I understand the connectedness. I understand that energy is love. I understand light is love. I understand how we all work together. I understand the harmony of nature and how it ties back to us. These are all things that you can say, but again, I challenge you to find your own. So as we get into the practice today, I want you to find a chair. I want you to sit upright. And at some point, you're gonna see me slump over. You find your own grounding in that. It's just when you feel like your spine is long enough. But again, you're paying attention to the energy, the breath, how it's moving in your body, how it's disrupting some things where it might be blocked and it can't disrupt, and we need to focus on those a little more. And remember that it may lead you to going back to some of the previous meditations that we did through the root, the sacral, and the solar plexus in order to clear up some things. But bring yourself to your chair, place those feet on the ground, sit upright, look up toward the sky where your help comes from. And remember, same breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Fully immerse yourself into your practice. Fully clear the mind. Now, an empty mind, I do not play with an empty mind. I feel like that is the devil's workshop. But a clear, sound mind is what we want. And we meditate so that we still have a focus. We still have a direction. You create your focus. If you need the breath to be forceful in the beginning, that is okay. Eventually, I want you to gentle it out, because as much as we need strong breath and we need to persevere, we also need to know how to get through this life with little effort. A lot of effort, but little effort. Keep breathing. Effortlessly, we float with love, with security, with confidence. Continue to remember what the breath is for. We restore, we revitalize, we inhale life. We push out the negative thoughts, stagnant energy, poor circulation. We push out sickness and disease, toxins. Keep breathing. We purify the heart.